writing sample.
Okay, and they can see these.
Yes, so you can review your responses after the test.
Okay.
And the institutions you send your scores to, they also get to see these writing and speaking samples.
Oh, okay, so those are important.
They are, yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's a good overview of the structure.
Yeah.
Let's dig into the questions themselves.
Oh,
The guide has a whole section on this.
it does.
It starts with some general tips for all the different question types.
Yes, definitely.
It does.
So they say to always use all the time you have for each question.
Okay.
You don't get extra points for finishing early.
So use the full time.
Yeah, and if you can give longer, more detailed responses.
As long as they're relevant.
Yeah, relevant and well-reasoned.
Okay.
Can be helpful.
So don't rush it.
No.
Okay.
They also say to proofread before you submit.
Okay. Yeah.
But you can't go back to previous questions once you've moved on.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, so double check before you hit next.
Okay.
And try not to get too hung up on the timer.
Okay. I'm bad with timers.
I know.
Yeah.
Just focus on the question.
Okay.
And leave some time at the end to check your answer.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Are there any specific tips for writing and speaking?
Yeah, so for writing, they really emphasize correct spelling, grammar, punctuation, capitalization.
Okay. The basics?
The basics, yeah.
Okay.
They do say that both American and British English spelling are generally fine.
Okay, so I don't have to worry too much about that.
Not too much,
Right.
except for the read and complete question type.
Okay.
That one uses American spelling only.
Okay, good to know.
And they say to try and vary your sentence structure and word choice in your writing.
So don't just use the same words and phrases over and over.
Exactly. Show them you have a good range.
Okay.
Now, for speaking, it's all about speaking clearly and at a pace that people can understand.
Okay, so not too fast.
Not too fast, yeah.
Right.
You only get one chance to record each speaking question.
Okay, so no do-overs.
No do-over, so even if you mess up a bit, just keep going.
Okay, so don't stop and start over.
No, just keep going.
All right, good to know.
Yeah, and make sure you finish your whole response before the time runs out.
Okay.
And like with writing, try to use a variety of sentences and words when you're speaking.
Okay, so show off my vocabulary.
Exactly.
Okay, great tips.
Yeah.
Now, the guide has this helpful diagram of a question,
Oh, yeah.
which is useful for understanding what I'll see on the screen.
It's a good visual reference.
Yeah.
So you can see where to find the time remaining, the directions, the prompt itself,
Okay.
where you put your answer, how to submit, and your progress.
Okay, so it's a good way to familiarize myself with the layout. All right, let's talk about the different question types.
Okay.
There are a lot.
There are quite a few, yeah.
Yeah.
But it makes sense, right? They're trying to test different parts of your English.
Yeah, okay.
So the guide breaks down each one with the directions,
Okay.
time limits, if there are any
Okay.
tips on how to interact with the question,
Okay.
what subscores they're assessing.
Okay, that's helpful because I want